Welcome to the 4 days online course on the use of statistical tools and techniques for social science research. I am Dr. Ritu Paliwal and the topic of our today's discussion is statistical tools for data analysis. First of all, the question that comes in our mind is what are statistical tools and why are they used for data analysis? Let us understand step by step. Data are information which may be qualitative or quantitative and are used for analysis. We have taken an example here, like we collect data of daily new cases coming up in India of people infected by novel COVID 19. This is called data, and we need to analyze or examine it to make some decisions. For example, how many hospitals, beds, ventilators, etc. are required. When we study the daily new cases, we can estimate the dedicated hospitals, ambulances required to fight against. By analyzing the data, we can estimate the number of healthcare workers required. We can also estimate the PPE, medicines, etc. required. So, analyzing of data is very important. A very fine example is the use of data analytics in sports. The performance of players are analyzed. For example, on which kind of a ball a batsman scored how many runs. This helps in knowing his weak and strong areas, and then he can practice accordingly. This is important for whole cricket team also. The strategy would be different if India is playing against Australia, and it will be different if we are playing against Bangladesh. This strategy depends upon the data analysis. In the field of education, we all know the scope. The e-learning content is prepared, Google Classrooms, ERP systems, etc. are made all on the basis of data analysis. Then, in banking and securities, how does RBI and banks decide the rate of interest? On deposit schemes like FD, saving account, or the rate of interest on house loans, car loans, etc. Playing of stock market involves deep data analysis. Then only one can invest in shares and securities, mutual funds, etc. First of all, let us study univariate analysis. Here we are analyzing only one variable, so it is the simplest. There are various statistical tools available, some of which are mentioned here like mean, mode, average, range, variance, standard deviation, etc. I will explain a simple tool called mean. We exactly are not focusing on discussing the step-by-step calculation. The software packages which I told give you the result just at a click of the button. So we will discuss only how and why we should select a particular statistical tool. Here we want to know the financial position of people in a particular city. The example gives the financial position of people in a particular city. So we collect data about the annual income of families. We have taken a very small sample, say only 7 families are there in a village, having annual income of 2 lakh, 1 lakh, 9 lakh, etc. We calculate mean or average by totaling the income and divided by the total number of families, that is 7. So the average annual income of this village is 5 lakh. We have used mean as our statistical tool. But is this answer appropriate for our purpose? With this answer, we can conclude that financial position of the village is good. that is 5 lakh per year or around 40,000 per month. But this conclusion is not correct because we can see that one family is having income of only 1 lakh rupees per annum and another family is having 9 lakh rupees per annum. So there is a vast gap between the financial status of two families, and the people are ranging from very poor to very rich in the village. This is a small data, therefore we can see and analyze. But for large data, we need to apply statistical tools. So here we will use another tool, that is standard deviation, to measure the dispersion. It shows whether all the items cluster near the mean or they are widely spread out. Dispersion shows whether all the items cluster near the mean or they are widely spread out. We calculate standard deviation using the formula given in the slide and show it by the graph, as you can see in the slide. The mean is in the center and the standard deviation which we have calculated is 3.2 lakh rupees. That is, the data is widely spread. So our mean does not give appropriate conclusion. We cannot say that all the families are financially strong because the standard deviation is too much. There is a lot of gap between mean and the. Let us move on to bivariate analysis. Here we have seen the example that there are two variables: sales of the ice cream and temperature of the day. Because it is small and easy sample, we can see that sales of ice cream increases with the increase in temperature. Statistically, we can study the relationship between two variables using a tool called correlation. Correlation is denoted by R and the formula is given in the slide. This R has the value ranging from -1 to +1. As I told you that we are not discussing exact calculation here. It would be very lengthy because there are various methods of calculating correlation. So we are just discussing the concept and utility. There are various types of correlation. If the value of R, that is correlation, is -1, then there is perfect negative correlation as shown in the second chart. That is, if the temperature is decreasing, the sales of ice cream will also decrease in the same proportion. Similarly, when R or correlation coefficient is equal to 1, then there will be perfect positive correlation as shown in first chart. That is, if the temperature increases, the sales will also increase with the same proportion. In the third chart, you can see that there is no correlation between the two variables. That means whatever be the temperature, the sales will not be affected. So we cannot make any conclusion in the third case. So, correlation analysis shows the relationship between two variables where the one variable is dependent and other is independent. That is, the sales of ice cream which we took in the previous slide depends on the temperature. So, temperature is independent variable and sales of ice cream is dependent variable. Now, when we know that there is some relationship between these two variables, we move on to another tool, that is, in this example, we have two variables, price of house and the size of house. Now we can understand that price of house depends on the size of the house. So square feet is independent variable and the price of house is dependent variable. With the help of scatter diagram, we plot the values as shown here. Through regression analysis, we can find the regression line as you can see in the diagram. And just below the diagram, we have made the regression equation. We have come up to this regression equation. In this equation, when we feed the size of the house, that is square feet, as you can see, whatever square feet we feed in this equation, we will get the house price. Like I have taken the example, of 2000 square feet. So when we put 2000 square feet in the equation, we get the house price. Some other tools for bivariate analysis are t-test, z-test, chi-square test, ANOVA, etc. T-test is a type of inferential statistic used to determine if there is a significance difference between the mean of two groups, which may be related in certain features. Let us take an example. The data of male and female are given. The data represents weight of males and females in kg. The total number of male and female here is 22. So we use t-test. When the count is less than, the total count is less than 30, we take t-test. If it is more, we use f-test. So here we are using t-test. The formula of t-test is given here. However, in Excel, SPSS and such packages, you get the answer just at the click of a button. So here when we calculate, we find that mean of first group is 72.7 and the mean of second group is 67.17. Similarly, variances, degrees of freedom have been calculated. After that, when we calculate t-value, it has come to 1.074. Now we have to see the t-value in the chart also. So we see the value of t when the degree of freedom is 20 and the significance level is 5%. You can see in the chart that the value comes to be 2.086. So if the calculated value is less than the tabulated value, which is our case, we can conclude that there is no significant difference between the two groups. Here I would again say that you should always counter check the conclusions of one tool by applying other tools also. Now we move on to multivariate analysis. Here the number of variables are more than 2. Many tools can be used for multivariate analysis, such as multiple regression, discriminant analysis, conjoint analysis, cluster analysis, decision trees, etc. We studied simple regression in bivariate analysis, so now we are discussing multiple regression here. The equation of regression is given here and the example is also mentioned. Here, a manufacturer wants to determine the price of the engine, which is a dependent variable, and this is depending on various independent variables which are mentioned here: engine size, horsepower, peak RPM, length, width and height. So there are 6 independent variables and 1 dependent variable, that is price. Now when we do regression analysis, we get the values of coefficients that you can see in the equation as beta 0, beta 1, beta 2 and so on. In the end, we get the equation written at the bottom of the slide. In this equation, when we feed the values of independent variables, that is whatever engine size we want, horsepower, peak RPM, length, width and height, when we fill all these values, we can get the estimation of the price of the engine. Next, we take another tool, conjoint analysis for multivariables. We will study it in detail. Let us take an example that a manufacturer wants to manufacture a cricket bat. On the basis of survey done on cricketers or professional users, the manufacturer found some important characteristics required in a bat that are the type of wood, what type of bat, the grip, etc. So some suggested that bat should be heavy, some suggested that it should be made of English willow, it should have multi grip, and so on. Now when we make a profile as shown in the slide, it shows that a particular bat should be made of English willow, should have single grip and have long handle. Such 8 profiles can be made from the given attributes. If we rank all the profiles as per the choice of customers, giving rank 1 to the best or most preferred and rank 8 to the least preferred profile. Here, first rank is given to the bat which is heavy, made of English willow, and has multi grip. Now we tabulate all the attributes and add all the ranks given to them. For example, customers have given rank 1, 2, 4 and 5 to heavy attribute, then rank 3, 6, 7 and 8 to long handles. We do total of ranks in another column, and then we calculate normalized data by rank obtained minus minimum rank total divided by maximum rank total minus minimum rank total. So we get a normalized data. Now a final table is made as shown in the slide. Every attribute is given normalized data, and then range is calculated within the levels of attributes. On that basis, percentage is calculated. So we can conclude that the manufacturer should focus more on type and wood of bat, and then second preference should be given to the design of the grip. We studied today various tools for analyzing data. Such statistical tools are the key for research. What is research? In simple terms, research is a systematic inquiry to describe, explain, predict, and control the observed phenomenon. So in this process, we collect data, arrange it, analyze it, and then draw conclusions. In order to collect, arrange, and analyze data, statistical tools are the basis. So it is very important to have complete knowledge of all the statistical tools. That is, when they should be used, how they should be used, and how to draw conclusions from them, etc. Because for different problems, different statistical tools are used. If we use a wrong tool, then our conclusion would be wrong. Then we should check our answers again and again with supportive tools and should not rely on only one tool, because research is the process of searching again and again to derive the best conclusions. So we should never rely on a single tool and use alternative tools or tools to counter check our answers. So with this, we end our today's discussion. Thank you. Stay at home and stay safe.